could have said something.
I know. But I didn't. Because I just assumed.
Never assumed, We're naive and stupid and dumb.
And stupid.
And super stupid dumb.
But at least we're pretty.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the pretty one?
Austin.
He is the pretty one.
Yep, he is.
Why are we always saying I'm the pretty one?
Because
Because
it's
you
true!
are.
You are!
We all know Ryan is.
Consensus says you are the pretty one here.
We all know Ryan is.
Don't lie. Not to our audience.
Not to the audience.
They don't even know.
No one knows. Not yet.
But
I'm
they will
pretty
one
sure-
day.
No one knows. I could be the fucking ugliest guy on this podcast and everyone be like, oh.
We're just saying that to pity you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Welcome to the Pity Podcast. For Pity people. To my right.
Please add more energy to this because this is becoming sad.
Okay, you want
Teen
me
Boy Squad! The hot one! Cheerleader! What's his face? The ugly one! Yay! I'm the ugly one!
See, it doesn't fully work because we have 5 people instead of 4.
Yeah, Team Girl Squad does not work in this case.
With girls now?
Can we bring back Homestar Runner? Strong Bad and all that?
I don't know. Ask the guy who made it. Ask him if he's done raising his child. Isn't that what happened?
Maybe.
So we have to wait 18 years? God damn
And then he'll have another one.
And another one.
And another
it. Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Once you
Another
pop,
one.
you just can't stop.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, god damn it.
Fucking introduce yourselves, people.
Please, God.
I ain't doing it for you.
Wait,
You
it's
do it all
actually
the time,
starting
though.
now.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
started a while ago.
I'm like used
Welcome to the podcast.
For the third time!
Third time's a charm.
I'm like used to you introducing now, so it's like I don't have to put in
I've
this
been
effort.
silent, half asleep. Up until now, I'm like, wait, is this actually going?
Fair enough.
Like I've had to put in minimum effort into introducing myself.
Listen, we can reach new lows, and that's.
How about we
that's
just
the
stop
goal.
and just restart it?
No, this
No,
keeps
this is
on
wrong.
happening.
This is how it should always be.
Alright.
Always this bad.
Well, we've already had a bunch of delays, so can we please just get on with it?
Alright, so to my right, I got Austin.
Bonjour.
To his right, I got Tanner.
Hey.
To his right, I got Austin.
Hello.
And to his right, I got Bum.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You fucking piece of shit. And to his right, more across the room, is me, Ryan, your humble host. And to my right,
I'm
Austin.
about to say you're gonna go over it again.
no.
You're gonna go over it like 3 more times.
No. Anyways, what have you people done?
I will go
What
last.
have you done with your life?
I will go last.
Has
because
there been 7 days? 7 days?
of nothingness?
I played more Horizon Zero Dawn.
I guess you're volunteering. What was in your 7 days?
I played Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
I fought a boss. I lit them on fire after dying several times. That was fun. I still hate the birds in that game, but I'm getting slightly better. I now have the power to mind control gators, so I might just use that. Just use everything as a decoy for the birds.
Not the birds.
I've also been binge watching season 3 of iZombie because I didn't get a chance to watch it while it was airing, so now I'm just going through everything on Netflix. I was gonna watch 2 episodes yesterday. I ended up watching like 7 and a half. I quit. There was one. It was like 11:45. I'm like, okay, this has to be my last episode. And so I get to the end of that episode. It ends on a huge cliffhanger, like a gun to the head cliffhanger. And I'm like, well, shit. I need to find out what happens, but I also need to go to bed. So I ended up watching like the first 10 minutes of the next episode, and then I pause. I'm like, okay, this is a satisfying enough place for me to put it on pause. I'll continue this later.
Other than that, there was one thing.
Oh yeah, I went to see Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yep.
It was good. It was good.
It was good. I still
Liz
think
Allen is a doormat, but other than that was pretty good. She doesn't.
Fantastic.
She
Mike
doesn't
Keaton does a
deserve
pretty
half the
good
stuff.
we already went on about this like before the show, but if we want to cover it on the show, don't say too much.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, yeah. Of course.
We don't know
No
if we're going to
spoilers.
cover it. We had a lengthy discussion before you two showed up.
Fine.
Blame him.
But if we're not getting into it, let's just get the show. Everyone's here.
Okay. You're already talking, so you're next. What do you do the past week?
Well, saw Spider-Man, of course.
Man.
Played games, chilled, did stuff.
That's about it.
And that's about it.
I'll go last
Nope, you go next. You just talked.
because you guys know the story I'm going to tell. That's going to take some time. So
Okay. So
Okay.
then I'll
Alright.
take.
How
take
much
the
time?
Pillow,
We've already had a
the
lot of
talk
time.
Pillow talk.
How much time?
Wink.
I don't
Wink.
know. It's quite a funny topic. Well, for those fuckers right there. So
Anyway.
If it's a story about how you're delayed, how
no.
Ron, what the fuck have you been doing with your life?
I've been
Nothing.
watching anime, playing video games.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. I may now have a job.
Don't talk about the job.
Don't talk. Not. That's it. And yeah, saw Spider-Man. Spider-Man's pretty good. I really like it. I think Michael Keaton so far has been the best villain
save it.
Marvel
we'll
has done so
save
far.
it. Otherwise, we're all just going to start on that, and then we'll
Yeah.
get an introduction, and then he'll never get to tell his own story.
Well, let's not talk about Spider-Man this week because I have not seen it yet.
Well, yeah.
And there's that too.
Well, yeah. We won't
We're
talk
assuming
about
everyone here has seen
specifics
it.
in Spider-Man, other than like. It
I
was-
you know me. I don't watch movies.
I
Yeah,
know.
he doesn't care about it.
He
so
wouldn't care.
Yeah,
but-
I'll just fall
You
asleep.
could spoil everything for him and it doesn't matter.
He'll forget like 10 minutes later.
He probably doesn't even know who Spider-Man is.
What's a spider?
No, I know spiders. They live in my room, like 10 of them.
That's cute.
I'd have killed them all by now.
No, they catch all the bugs. It's great.
Still horrifying. What did you do with your day?
My days are spent at work and prepping for going to Craven this weekend.
Oh yeah, or isn't it now known as Country Thunder?
It's Craven, I don't care what you say.
That's not what the corporations want you to think.
I don't care what the corporations want me to think. It is Craven. It will always be Craven until...
It will always be a shit show.
Exactly. But that's what makes it Craven. It's not a Craven unless it's a shit show. But other than that, I've been getting back into games I haven't played since I was a kid, like old computer games, because my computer still runs, able to play, like, computer games that were made in, like, 2004 and that.
Yeah.
So I've started to play the Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth games again. Those games are so fun. And besides that, Witcher, Crash Bandicoot. I fucking rage quit Crash Bandicoot and almost broke my TV the other day.
Jesus Christ.
To the people that say Dark Souls is harder, I say, what are you on?
Well, Dark Souls 1 is usually the hardest game, mainly for the fact that you don't know where the fuck to go and there's literally little to no instructions. But
Like, you should...
It's like baby animals. They throw you into the world and hope for the best.
Like,
yes.
the pictures you sent to our little group chat, you should post on there because they're the best things ever and they accurately describe Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, speaking of Dark Souls, you're the resident soul, man. The lost soul in you.
that just dissipates after a while.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We're basically hollowed out.
aren't we all hollowed?
Yeah.
So
What
for
have you
my
done?
week, I played, let's see, Bravely Default
Yeah.
and messaging our main Bravely Default guy, Liam,
Yeah.
about how terrible the game is.
I've heard good things about it. Is it really bad?
Oh, it's just the little things that just bothers me. More Dark Souls 2 with a buddy of mine while I tell him basically everything what to do in the game, and he struggles with everything. And also played more of the what I call Crazy Adventures of Talon and the Wraith, otherwise known as Shadow of Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a sitcom.
Because
It's like our
you
own
said
sitcom
it's
idea.
your brother that I'm helping with the adversary stuff, right?
Well, whatever the vendetta missions or
Yeah,
whatever
vendetta.
you like see.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
just
my
like
brother playing.
it's just like every time I do one, it's like, oh, another one pops up, another one pops up. I was like, Really? I'm like, okay, he died to a level 6 guy who can be killed with stealth. Easily killed
Well,
by
my brother
stealth.
wanted a specific nemesis, so he might have died a couple times in order to rank him up.
Maybe, but it's just...
I'm a ranger.
How every orc talks in that game.
No, Urks.
Urks, sorry.
Urks.
So I keep forgetting they're Urks, even though they're orcs.
And yeah, and while playing those games, I realized I'm a cynical fuck.
Yep. Took you
I'm
that
like-
long to figure that out.
I'm like, god damn it, how long have I been this cynical? Other than that, my sister just randomly gave me a PS Vita. My sister just randomly gave me a PS Vita saying, here, I bought this, but I'm not using it, so do whatever.
Eee.
I just downloaded a shit ton of games. I'm not playing Persona. Because I got this game called No Heroes Allowed. Which is basically, you create a dungeon for heroes. You create a dungeon for heroes, and it's super fucking hard. And then anything else than that, the story that you guys want to hear, the incident that happened at my workplace a few days ago.
Oh boy, it's this one, isn't it?
Yep. I know if I didn't talk about it, you were going to bring it up.
It's bothersome to me.
So, if you don't know, I was working at this one restaurant, and there was only this one table left. I'm like, okay, there.
Don't. No.
No.
We'll figure him out.
Oh, yeah,
No.
sure.
No. Even
Anonymity.
if I actually say one little thing that I hope you don't fucking say, then they'll probably find me pretty easy.
Also, please, I don't want to have to edit this. I just want to fucking slap this shit on to a goddamn thing, and then it's done and good.
So basically, I gave them their food, they were eating, and I was just cleaning up tables and whatnot. And one of them comes up to me, he's like, so yeah, there's some kind of incident. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? And he says, well, we just looked, there's like a blue car outside, and inside the car, there's a guy masturbating.
Yep.
Yeah, I was
that
like,
fits. That
and
fits with this town.
and I was just thinking, oh man, that's funny. Then I looked at his face like, oh shit, he's serious. And this was new to me, so I'm like, I don't know what to do. And they're like, should we call the police? I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Public indecency, it is a charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, public indecency. And they called the police. The police came
I've been
really
like
fast.
silent for most of this.
The police came by in like 5 minutes, caught the guy, and for an hour the police had to talk with the guy. And I'm just peeking once in a while, and the guy's just like bringing out like bags of random shit from his trunk. And I'm like, I go to the table. It's like, I'm really sorry, this is fucked up. And they're like, yep, this is really fucked up. But at
Food's
least-
great.
No, after that, I'm like, should I just take away your stuff? And they're like, yeah, we lost our appetite. Except for that one guy who actually told me he was still eating.
Someone
Still
jacking off
eating.
and go ruin my meal.
Hey man, I paid money for this.
I paid money for my lunch.
So, and the thing is, it was their first day for the vacation.
Oh,
And they said, yeah, we really like the food here, so
tone setter.
we really like the food here, so we just came here to get our food, then go watch the Riders game. But yeah, and we had to wait. Like, the police was talking to the guy for an hour at least, and during that time, I was just checking up on them, and apparently they were keep on making jokes about it. I'm like, haha, at least you guys are in good spirit and making jokes. And they're like, yeah, it's a coping mechanism, don't worry. So after an hour, the police came in and said, so here's the details. The guy who they caught was not stroking his stick. Instead, he was stroking a dildo.
Oh, well that makes it okay then.
It makes it okay. So apparently, that
cover up.
apparently They even showed like, apparently they even saw the dildo, like the guy showed the police the dildo and everything, and all in the streets, out in the open. So the police says, "Yep, this guy is a multiple offender. He has this like urge to do so it's like a mental thing."
Yeah.
So because of that, since it wasn't his dick, he's getting off with a warning out of multiple warnings. And they're like, "Do we have to give a statement?" And they're like, "Nope, no statement. Anyway, take care," and left.
Well,
Yep.
this fucking town, man.
Yep.
It has to be a joke, though. Like, the guy, no one is a block away. You never know what they're talking about. But no one is where they are, just stroking a dildo in their car. No one is doing that.
Nah, I assume it was a cover-up, and he was using his Johnson. Anyways,
That actually
Yeah.
could work.
yeah.
Please, next topic.
Yeah. Well, that happened in your week.
Yep. Other than that, I'm just practicing driving.
How's that going?
Terrible!
Yay!
I only ran over 5 children.
Nice.
Actually, no. I
Multi-hit.
did not run over any children or human beings or any living things except for maybe insects.
I mean, they had it coming.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my week.
So before we get into the news, since it's been half a year, and as time flies, and many games come out, there's obviously some favorites. So, of the games that have come out so far this year, what would you say is your mid of the year game of the year?
That we played so far?
Clarification, as in what you think is, or what you personally think is?
What you personally think is
Okay.
your game of the year
That you
so far.
have played or heard lots about?
that you have played.
Fuck.
Oh, dang, you guys know the answer.
I'll just go last.
Okay,
Mine is Horizon Zero Dawn. I'll swear by that.
That I've played this Crash Bandicoot. Like, it's awesome. Ryan?
Yeah. Oh, it's got to be P5 or Persona 5.
You guys know me. I have to go with Neo because that's the only game that came out within the half of the year. And it's fucking stupid. Yep.
We will have Neo news though a little later.
Neo, because yep, and I found out a few things
Is
about
this a
Neo.
sign that you need to play more video games?
I do, because I haven't been playing any video games that much. Like, I get home and within an hour, someone likes to kick down my door and says, "Hey, yo, go the fuck to sleep." I'm like, no. I only have an hour a day to play games.
You should play Nier.
I really want to play Nier. I do.
What is actually stopping you?
That I live with a fucking psychopath.
That doesn't stop you from buying the video game.
Because she knows shit all about what I buy.
I don't see the problem here, actually. Anyways,
Oh, okay. As my personal halfway game of the year for me personally, and I know this might be a bit controversial, I'm going to have to say Mass Effect Andromeda. I know it has problems.
oh yeah.
It has some major problems, but Mass Effect, at least the original trilogy, is still my favorite video game series of all time for many reasons, and I don't think I need to defend why it is, because a lot of people like it. It's my personal favorite of all time. I was looking forward to Andromeda, and I enjoyed it despite its faults, and most of its faults that were around when I played it have since been fixed by patches and stuff that really shouldn't have been needing to be fixed at all. It should have been with the launch of the game.
Like the game should have been.
The game was
up
launched
a bit
incomplete.
longer.
It was launched incomplete. It has its problems. It still does. Some of them are fixed. But as a general whole, I still really enjoyed it. I know it's not going to be like the game of the year, and really it was a little underwhelming. But that goes without saying, I still enjoyed it. It was basically a Mass Effect adventure. It wasn't like what before. It was in the same universe with everything like you liked before. Some differences, like basically I wanted more. I got it. It wasn't like big or anything, but I enjoyed what it was. And now that most of it's been fixed, I have lots of stuff to look forward to when I eventually do my second playthrough with the other gender.
Yeah, actually, I've heard good things about the game. Other than the only problems with the game was the animations.
Well, I encountered many glitches.
There was animations, a lot of glitches and errors and stuff.
Like my game crashed.
When does the jaw banging patch come out? I'm not getting it until the jaw banging patch comes out.
You mean Jal romance?
Yeah.
You can romance him.
No, me personally.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The male jaw romance.
It's out. You can.
It is out already?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
patch.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know when the patch was getting released.
It's out.
Okay.
Now the next patch you need to
Well,
Now
now I have to save up.
Nice.
Tanner.
Hmm.
Next patch you need to wait for is when you can actually bang him in real life.
4D.
4D adventure.
Get that.
Well, I'm looking forward to the next playthrough. Like, I know it's not going to be Game of the Year, but despite its flaws, I still like it. And I'm glad knowing that next time I play it, many of the problems and faults that I did have with it originally are no longer present or fixed, like the facial animations. I don't know so much about crashes. I don't know whether that was like fixed games or just my system crapping out for some reason. My game crashed like in my entire like playthrough. That was like 80 hours over the course of 13 days because I wanted to get it done before something else happened because I wouldn't have time otherwise. It crashed like 3 times. But many of my problems with it were the facial animations. There were glitches. Not game breaking, but there were quite a few side quests listed as incomplete in my log because they just wouldn't continue. They wouldn't spawn the next thing needed. They weren't there. I couldn't activate them. That was annoying. And then every once in a while, like the game was shipped incomplete. I'm glad most of it's been fixed. It shouldn't have needed fixing. I'd have to say Mass Effect Andromeda is my personal game of the year. If I had to say a game of the year so far that I think would win, and I still like this one too, would probably be Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think it's
Yeah, I
definitely
think that's like that was actually going to be my second question. It's like
it's
what
my second
is
choice.
amongst us the consensus game of the year.
Oh, obviously Zelda.
Yeah, I would put my money on Zelda too.
It's my second choice. I liked it too, but because I'm a huge Mass Effect is my favorite video game series of all time, I have a little bit more love for it. I'm not saying Zelda's bad or anything, but personally, I'm gonna have to go. And since you asked personal favorite,
Yeah.
despite its flaws,
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda. So
personal.
that's what I say.
The game of the year that I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be either Nier Automata
Yeah.
or Yakuza 0 because I've heard so many good things about Yakuza 0.
I don't think it would
Funny
be.
because I've heard nothing about Yakuza 0.
Exactly, yeah, that's
Like,
the thing. That's like a
I
maybe.
don't think Yakuza 0 would get the game of the year nod as much as I want it to, because that game is like really goddamn good. But like I think amongst a lot of social groups and like many people in the industry, Zelda kind of blew it out of the water.
It's the
initially.
second
But
highest
also
rated.
there's a ton of praise for Nier, and for very good reasons, because that game is, I think, the most complete experience you can get right now.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this right now. If I fucking hear that Neo gets a fucking game of the year, I'm going to fucking flip shit because fuck that game has a lot of flaws.
Yeah, it's Team Ninja's real first foray into a Souls-like game. So
Anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's
yeah,
get.
Fidel.
Oh,
Your
I
opinion.
think Zelda.
Yeah.
Zelda would definitely win.
So I guess consensus Zelda.
as the one that's most likely going to win Game of the Year at the halfway point, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Zelda. And of stuff being released, I still think it's going to be Zelda. We'll have to see for the rest of the stuff.
I think really the only game that really gives it a run for its money is Nier.
I am played Nier or stuff. So.
Oh man, you gotta see the craziness of Nier
Yeah, they're
and Yoko Taro.
like the big thing with Nier was like Yoko Taro's games with like Drakengard and Nier, the original Nier, were like they're bad games with a good story.
They were basically cult classic, like
Yeah.
cult favorites.
Like I don't like the Drakengard games play like absolute fucking shit.
Yep.
And Nier has a ton of problems.
Yep.
But like the stories in those games were good.
The stories
The
and the
world
music.
that Yoko Taro wanted to tell about is a real cool world.
You also forget the music that they also
The
have.
music is incredible in Nier.
It's like, fuck.
And the other half of the Nier Automata coin is Platinum.
Platinum.
Because their gameplay is incredible, but their stories are kind of weak in quite a few places. But you mesh these two together, it's works in such perfect fucking harmony that you get a game like Nier Automata that just changes everything. It's like, I need to see more of the joint venture of Yoko Taro and Platinum Studios. Please, I need more of this.
Just give it to him already.
Just give it to me. Like X, give it to me.
Only him
I'm
though.
gonna give it to you.
Only him though.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No one else.
Anyway, let's get into some gaming news.
News.
As of today, Sub-Zero is now on Injustice.
Cool. I haven't played Injustice in a while.
Yeah.
I haven't, because I'm assuming Red Hood's been out for a while. I haven't even played him yet.
I just love that the first line in their article is, "Oh, he's got an adorable little cape."
Have they at all announced who the other DLC peeps are going to be?
It was leaked. I know who they are. This,
Oh, boy.
This isn't it's not 100% confirmed, but they're pretty close on the nose because the same person who said what they're going to be was also able to say exactly what Red Hood's like super move thing was, move by move, and then the very next day the move like was shown in his trailer, and you're like,
okay.
oh, this guy has some legit to him. So if that was true, like I don't know if other stuff has like been proven or not.
Names!
but,
Who?
Terra,
Oh, nice.
Beast Boy,
Yay.
Spawn.
Ooh.
Yeah. I did hear rumblings about Spawn, so
Yeah.
I guess Todd McFarlane was all like, "Hey, get my boy in there.
Yeah, okay.
Give my boss some publicity.
I'm still trying to make a movie."
I know Raiden is all but confirmed.
Yeah,
it
because
was.
the
was
funny
in the
thing,
silhouette.
like they showed the silhouette
Yeah.
and it has the heads like Ed Boon's like, no, that's not Raiden. That's not Raiden at all. It's like,
Who
shut
would
up,
it
Ed.
be?
Can I talk?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When they released that trailer, they said they showed like Starfire, Red Hood, and Sub-Zero. Two silhouettes were real. The rest were just stock. So you could, and the two that were shown, basically you can tell what they are: Black Manta and Raiden.
Yes. that was it.
Like,
But
Raiden-
they've since
Raiden
said,
was hilarious.
and I can kind of understand this. Some people were upset or ticked that Raiden is in the game because they're like, we want, and I can see this because they want like more DC fighters. Like,
Yeah.
obviously NetherRealm makes Mortal Kombat and
Yeah,
Injustice.
it's Mortal
I
Kombat.
understand them having one Mortal Kombat character come in, like how the first Injustice had Scorpion. That's awesome. Now they have
Yeah.
Sub-Zero. Now they're saying Raiden is in it, and like, okay, fine, but I can see why people are not liking that because what they did with Mortal Kombat XL is they included too many non-Mortal Kombat like characters. Like you had, when
All
all the
these horror
DLC was
people.
out, you had Alien, Predator, Jason, Leatherface, instead of people like. There's no Baraka or Sindel who are in game. You fight them in the story mode. They have moves and animations.
Well, I mean, there's
and
a billion Barakas, so...
I know they've done them before, but I'm saying here's two characters that have move sets
they're
and are in
mainstays
game,
in the
They're
Mortal
in
Kombat
there.
universe, and they're not in there.
and
But
they're just not there.
honestly,
And then
I was
other
kind of
people,
fine
when
with them adding...
Serena was in the story, people wanted Serena as like a playable character, but like you have, it's cool if you have like one or two of them, but all four of them, like I like horror, I like seeing them there, but I'm saying there really should have been more Mortal Kombat
Leatherface is the
characters.
weird one.
Yeah.
Leatherface is the weird one for me. He's like...
I'd say Alien is a weird one.
I was fine with it because we get AVP
I
kind
know
of.
this is Predator.
But like Leatherface is the one that sticks out the most because it's like you could have been Freddy.
So,
You could have brought
anyways,
Freddy back.
yeah.
And then we
anyways,
would have Freddy versus Jason, Alien versus Predator, in Mortal Kombat.
Anyways, because of that, they've since switched it. Originally, it was going to be Raiden, a DLC character with a Black Lightning Premier skin.
Okay.
Now it's Black Lightning with a Raiden Premier skin. So
Okay.
Raiden will still be in it. He just won't be.
He just
the
won't be his
character.
own
He'll
character.
be a
That kind of
It
makes
won't
sense.
be Raiden, the character. It'll be
Though-
yeah.
So with that, I'm like, okay, so you get both, and you keep everyone happy. I like that. So
Like, thank God we're not getting Liu Kang or someone fucking.
Oh,
blind.
if
If it was
Liu
Liu Kang, I
Kang
would
was
have
in
actually
it.
thrown the. I would just not buy the game because
But,
I hate Liu Kang.
You know,
if
if you
keep talking, I'm just going to try to remember the other.
if you
characters.
watch some of the gameplay for Injustice, there is one of the opening scenes, like when they're getting ready to fight, that they actually mention.
Okay.
No, they mentioned someone else from Mortal Kombat.
That lightning, yeah, they
Yeah,
said that
yeah.
lightning guy.
Yeah. So, I've been kind of dowsing out. I've been in and out
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
one.
Fair enough.
So I'm like, he's one of the people, right?
Yeah, Raiden.
Yeah.
From MK.
Sorry.
Lightning God.
He's lightning guy with the hat.
He's been
Got
in
a
it
big hat.
since the first
And like
game.
when we saw the silhouette with fucking Raiden's hat, and Ed Boon's like, "No, that's not Raiden. That's not Raiden at
Come
all."
on.
He's like, "Shut up, Ed. That's
Okay,
fucking
so
Raiden."
hang on. So you said Terra, Beast Boy,
Yeah,
Spawn.
There's 10 DLC characters of all, and
10? I thought there was only 9.
Darkseid counts. Like
Oh,
just like what they
yeah,
did with
he was
Goro.
day
He's
one
technically
DLC.
DLC. He's not in the game, but he's actually
And
technically
then we have the
main
3 official reveals of Red Hood, Sub-Zero,
Yeah,
and
so
Starfire. Then you said...
let me just say them. Let me
Okay,
just say them because
okay.
I got them in my mind right now.
All right,
and
go.
Stop interrupting me.
Go,
Let me
go,
talk.
go.
Darkseid, Red Hood, Starfire, Sub-Zero, Black Manta, Black Lightning, Terra, Beast Boy, Enchantress, and Spawn. Those are the DLC
Enchantress.
characters. Not confirmed, but since that's basically what we've seen, it's like 90% confirmed. It's not. We don't have official, but it's most likely that's what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about Enchantress.
I don't either. I think they're just including her as because Suicide Squad just came out, and
But
like
they've got,
no one knows who she is, so just put her in.
they've
there.
got Harley and Deadshot for Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I honestly would have been okay if Enchantress's
Listen,
spot
they
was
really
filled.
want to push Suicide Squad.
I would have been okay.
That's
If,
the money one.
I would have been
Even
okay if
Joker looks like
Enchantress's.
Suicide Squad a little, which I don't
Oh yeah,
like.
that's true. I would have been fine if Enchantress's spot was with another guest fighter because there was a poll that went up like during development, and it was like asking about who you'd want to see for the guest fighter, and it was Spawn, Hellboy, and Buffy. And I would have loved to see Buffy in this.
Well, it might not be an
Hellboy
Enchantress.
would've been
I'm just
cool.
saying.
Hellboy
I'm
would've
just
been
saying.
awesome.
would have been awesome.
I'm just relaying what I've said
Oh, yeah, no.
and what sounds
Yeah.
like it's going to be. It
Yeah.
might not be Enchantress. I'm just reporting what I've heard. But Sub-Zero is available today, and he's basically like. They said Mortal Kombat character would probably be like him. Like, well, they did Scorpion last time. It only makes sense they'll do Sub-Zero for
Yeah.
this one.
You know what though? Okay,
And it
so
was Sub-Zero, so I'm like, yeah, of course, because after Scorpion, Sub-Zero is the most popular character.
this is getting like conspiracy theory now. But what if the guy is saying it's Enchantress because like he saw character models but not necessarily the details? So maybe he saw a female magic person.
He was
He's like,
able to give details on the super moves of Starfire, Sub-Zero, and Red Hood. And
yeah, but
they've
you could
been-
get it off of like wireframes or something
Yeah.
like that. And so maybe he saw like
I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
yeah, but I'm saying like so maybe this is me just hoping it's not Enchantress, and maybe the guy saw like, oh, it's a female magic character who's doing magic stuff, and he assumed Enchantress
Maybe
because
it'll be
Suicide
Raven
Squad.
again.
Maybe it'll be Raven. Maybe it's
That
gonna
would
be
cool if it was
Zatanna
Raven.
Wait,
again.
hold on.
Get all the
If
Teen
it is
Titans.
Raven, the Teen Titans from the show
Oh yeah.
would be in the game.
That
So
would
maybe
be
they
neat.
should, or maybe at least it'll be a Raven alternate skin, or maybe it's Raven with an Enchantress skin.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be fine, because then we get both. Wow.
guys are fucking nerds.
Yeah, we are.
Speaking of nerds, this one's for you, Bum.
Oh, so you're not?
Neo DLC Define Honor launches July 25th. $9.99, boy.
So he did,
I already
Wait, what?
bought. I already bought the
okay.
collector's
I
edition.
heard something else.
I already bought the collector's edition. It's already in the game. Like the data's already in my game. And
Oh, I
Here's
hate
the
when they do
thing.
that.
Neo did something that I did not expect him to do. Is that you have 5 different weapons
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah.
And in the DLC, they added a weapon class, which is one of the most OP fucking things I ever used in the game. where it's basically 3 weapons combined into one, and instead of like, oh, kind of the good things, no, it's all the good things combined into one. I was like, fucking hell, what the fuck?
What is the weapon?
It's this two-handed great katana.
Oh.
So you have the katana, dual katana, the spear, the warhammer or the war axe, and this
Greatsword?
chain and hook.
Oh.
The kiguru something.
Kasarigama?
Maybe. Yeah, it's with the chain with the hook and you just whip around the chain.
Yeah,
and-
it's a Kasarigama or Kurosarigama, something along those lines.
Yep. So basically that, but they in the DLC they added this great this two-handed katana that's meant for taking down cavalry units.
So basically a greatsword.
Basically a great sword, but it has the same moveset as a great hammer, which is actually pretty decent. It has the range of a fucking katana, or no, a spear.
Spear? Yeah.
So it has one of the longest reaches, and it scales exactly the same as a katana, which basically scales with health, stamina, and whatever. It's just like, I was like, okay, yeah, people who use this weapon, I see them only using that. I'm like, what the fuck? Of course, after I got the DLC and used the weapon, I'm like, this is amazing.
What was that? What have I been doing this whole time?
And it's just like, and here's the thing, Neo, the level cap is 200. Like, the game level difficulty cap is level 200. Or, at the moment it's like level 170 something. Just base game. New game plus though, that's 200. And here's the thing, I'm way under leveled. If they release the DLC and it goes on from there,
And raises it to like 250 or something?
if it raises to 250, I'm going to fucking kill myself because the bosses there literally two-shot me and they do like a 5-hit combo within a span of 1.5 seconds.
So you know what that means.
I need to grind the fuck.
You need to grind. You need to pull out that pepper grind that fucking pepper, boy.
And because and the thing is, they said, oh, okay, so the bosses were a little bit easy. Let's just make them super unfair now. Not like Dark Souls where they're like, okay, let's fix that and make it harder and fix the problems. No, they're like, no, we're going to make it real hard now. And just
We've gone to easy to hard in one patch.
not easy to hard, but easy to just unfair. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, there's another boss you can fight. It's a reskin of a boss that like the first boss in the DLC. Guess what? He has twice the attack speed, like twice the animation speed, twice the movement speed, and none of the debuffs work on him. I'm like, what's the point of playing this fucking game?
Yeah.
Now, if they continue that, release a new weapon, which I am kind of interested in because the weapons they released so far is, historically kind of accurate. Kind of historically accurate. I don't know what the next weapon is going to be. And the thing is, I'm just... No. There's my rant. There's my weekly
Next topic.
Neo rant.
So,
fuck.
Summer Games Done Quick has so far raised $1,760,000.
Wow.
For Doctors Without Borders. They've surpassed last year's total of 1.3 million.
Yep.
So, man, fucking good on these guys.
Here's the thing, I'm really ashamed that I missed their stuff. Like, I didn't know what was happening until I read this thing saying, oh yeah, Awesome Games Done Quick just raised, yeah, and I was like, fuck!
Well, here's hoping next year they reach the 2 million mark.
I'm gonna say if we are realistic, they will probably get to 2 million or like 1.9.
Yeah, they'll get close next year.
They'll get really close there.
If they don't get it next year, they'll get it the year after that.
Yeah, definitely.
And plus, a lot of these speedruns have been pretty good.
I've heard that one of this guy said the highlights was near Automata with a record of, like, not the record, but the time of 1 hour and 40 minutes or something
Okay, we
like
don't
that.
get him off of Nier. He's just going to hijack.
What about that?
That's about it. No, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
That's all I know about Awesome Games Done Quick.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to more games that are done quick. I like the one joke that was of Final Fantasy VII, and they got it done in like 8 hours or something. And it's just like, I thought these games were supposed to be done quick. It's like, game done. Game's done.
Awesome Games Done.
Awesome games done.
Done.
And I'm hoping to see more of the sequel series, Shitty Games Done Slow.
Oh no.
Wait, that's a thing?
That's what the super best friends like to call
Oh, okay.
whenever they have to like stream or play a really bad game.
God damn
It's
it.
like Shitty Games Done Slow. Moving on. Star Wars Battlefront 2, their open beta is set for October 6th to the 9th.
We should care because
Well, here's what you're going to be doing. There's the Galactic Assault on Naboo, join the Separatist droid army, or the Republic clones on the streets of Theed.
So what they showed at E3.
Yeah, what they showed at E3.
What they had at E3 for people to play will be released publicly.
And there will also be the multiplayer Starfighter Assault. There's currently no details about it, but it's basically just a big fucking starfight in
Wait.
space.
Battlefront 2 is what the first Battlefront should have been, and
Yeah.
I think people are starting to overhype it again. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm-
Like, I'm sure I'll get...
Like, this is the first
it's
news
gonna-
I've seen of it in a while, so I'm keeping
It's
my
gonna
eye
be-
at a medium.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you're going to find fun in it somewhere, and
I was hoping the first game was going to be Battlefront.
I was hoping this... What we're going to get should have been the first game. But I do have issue, because, I think I told you, but it's not in the news thing, playable heroes for the Battlefront have been leaked, like the movie characters you can play as, like you have the classes, but then there's like the heroes you can become. They were leaked, and people are taking issue with it because 70% of the heroes were available in the last game. Like, we pretty much knew some of that. Like, we knew like Luke Skywalker, Darth
Yeah, the classic
Vader,
characters,
Palpatine,
of
Leia.
course.
Like, those guys would be back. And they are, but there are very few prequel and sequel trilogy characters, and more like original trilogy. Like, Chewie and Bossk are back for some reason. Like, I understand Luke and Leia, and like Vader and Palpatine, but
And
they
Chewie.
really need...
I can understand you.
I can understand a little bit, but
Who cares about Boss?
yeah,
I mean, I
Boss
can't believe
is
I know
okay,
who I can't believe I know who that is, but
yeah, like I don't see why Bossk needs to be there. Chewie, I can see a little bit, but he didn't look good in the last one, so do we really want him back in this one?
how does he look now?
They haven't shown him.
How's his
hair.
hair?
No.
Did he L'Oreal up?
Well, anyways, most of the heroes are from the last game, and the only new ones are like Maul, Yoda, Kylo, Rey, Phasma,
Aw.
Finn, Grievous. Which I'm actually looking forward to Grievous if that turns out, if this
Oh,
all turns out to
that'd
be
be
true.
fun to play Grievous.
I'm really looking forward to Grievous,
I want
but
4 lightsabers to
I
cut
want it
down
equal.
literally everyone.
I want equal.
And then every
trilogy.
5 minutes you have to stop to cough up a hairball.
Like
And
I
then
want
also run
equal.
away.
I want
Like I
equal
can't believe
throughout spread the series. Like there's no mention of any Obi-Wan, but there's mention of Bossk being playable. I know that if Bossk is playable, but any iteration of Obi-Wan, young or old, is not playable, people are going to flip again. Because you can play as Obi-Wan in the original, and you can play as, like, Ninub and Greedo. No Obi-Wan, but you can play as those guys.
Here's a terrible
Bring
idea.
back Greedo. Bring back Greedo.
Ryan, here's a terrible idea.
What?
Chewie doing one of those Herbal Essences commercials.
Yes!
What do you mean terrible? That is a moneymaker.
Right before The Last Jedi comes out.
I'm so glad that
If he's
I
not
don't
busy
watch
with
Star
Verizon
Wars.
again.
Guess what? You're gonna sit down and watch Star Wars at some point.
But
Guess what?
Even
I'm
if we have to
gonna
We're gonna-
roll.
We're gonna
You're
force
gonna
you.
sit you down.
We're
even
gonna
if we have
force you to watch-
Clockwork Orange you.
We will force you to watch every Star Wars movie, and in between the only breaks you get, you'll have to watch old Canadian commercials.
Fuck off.
and then Letterkenny.
I will literally kill myself somehow.
You're already
Not
dead,
if we
Bum.
kill you first.
You're a soulless shell of a man.
But anyways,
That's why I'm trying to kill myself.
anyways,
I'm looking forward to it a little bit.
I could drive a spike through your head and you'd be like, oh, geez.
But I think people might be overhyping it a little, and they're just showing people what they want them to see because it's what they wanted, and that the game might be a little different. I mean, it is EA.
like I saw Darth Maul and for 2 seconds I'm like, I want this game now.
Yeah, they're showing you what you want, so you'll buy it. I don't, because remember the same thing
Also, want
happened
to hear
with
more
Battlefront.
about story. I wanna
Oh
hear
yeah,
more
true.
about the
They
story.
do have story too, which I'm looking forward to.
And moving on.
Please.
I'm gonna get it. I'm a little worried about how it might turn out though. It looks good, and I hope
Not
it is
gonna
good.
get it.
So eBay is taking some measures to battle scalpers who are
Good.
buying the SNES Classic.
Good.
So what they are doing, this is eBay UK. To help combat the scalping, eBay UK has begun removing listings for pre-order items if the release date for that item is more than 30 days away. So basically you can't pre-order it until about 30 days before.
Okay.
Of course, the problem itself will arise on that day when pre-orders become available, but this is a good countermeasure, like of immediate pre-orders
Yeah,
and
because
already hiking up the price.
The NES Classic was like
Bananas.
They didn't make enough for how I don't know like all the stories behind it, but basically in general they didn't make enough for like how many other people wanted it, and scalpers went like crazy with it. And then a couple months after like it first came out, they discontinued it. Like NES Classic is not being made anymore. It is not being sold anywhere. So the only way you can get it is from used or scalpers, if they still even have any at this point. So good that they're taking measures to not have scalpers for the SNES Classic. But I'm just hoping that they don't make the same mistake of not making enough and don't discontinue it 4 months after. I know you pointed out I want to finish this, I only have a sentence left. Don't discontinue it a few months after its release if people are demanding more. Like they didn't make any more NESs. They just stopped making them, even though more people wanted them. So, anyways, yes.
Apparently Nintendo is just as that they don't have enough components. Like the components that they need is being used. Like people are saying that it's used up by Apple. And stuff like that.
Basically, their manufacturer, they weren't making money back from it. They were losing money making these things.
Oh, really?
Then
Okay.
why are they making the SNES then?
Because
For the
demand.
fans.
Because of demand, and mostly this is the strategy they've applied to most of their stuff, is that they undership so that they can get the hype. But with the original NES Classic, it was originally meant to be a marketing tool for the Switch. It was to get Nintendo back in the public eye, and that's why they undershipped it. And they had no plans of making more of these things. They shipped out a little bit, and of course, everyone was up in arms when it was like, "Where are these things? We want them." It's like, well, we kind of didn't realize that you guys wanted this that much, but it's not financially smart to make something that we're not making money off of.
I find it funny that Nintendo, the guys who are known to just remake shit every single time, didn't realize that people want the old shit.
Well, yeah, and they also have the Virtual Console.
Yeah, that's
Which
true.
all
If I
all
want to
these
play
games are
Castlevania,
also
I just go
available
on the
on the
Wii U
PC.
store and buy Castlevania.
And of course,
But
I still want this thing.
getting back to that, true, all the games, whichever version, like Europe and North America had like
And
different
Japan.
versions. Oh, Japan had different versions of which games are available. They still have that different with SNES, for example. The version that will be released in like America for SNES has Earthbound, Japan doesn't.
Yeah.
True, most of the games you can buy separately, like you get them on the Wii store, the Wii U stores. I don't have a Switch, so I can't confirm, but I assume it has a Switch store you can buy them on and play them on.
It has
Yeah,
that.
okay, there
It's
too.
It's the Nintendo eShop.
So like if you really want to play them that bad, and also you could just go retro, go to like a place where you can get the stuff and like get the old stuff if you want to go old school.
Though if you're buying from like a brick and mortar store, then it's generally upsold.
I'm just saying, if you want to play this game, there's other ways.
The option is
However, the difference with the SNES is that it comes with a game that, as far as we know, will only be available on the SNES Classic, with Star Fox 2, never before released. Like, if you're like a big Nintendo fan, you're gonna want to play this.
Star Fox machine.
Like, are they going to
said it
release?
before.
Are they going to release Star Fox 2 on other systems after this, or if the only way you want to play
I
this on the
think
SNES?
this will
Because if
be
that's the case, then these things will go like crazy.
I think this is meant to be the marketing thing that, like, hey, you can get this thing early on the SNES Classic. It's like, here's the big marketing
But
thing.
I'm saying this is
And then
Nintendo.
later
What if
on,
they don't? What if they don't? This is Nintendo.
It's a very, like, it's a possibility. But I think if they're going to include it on this thing, somewhere down the line, it will be available on the eShop. But, like, this one, also, the SNES Classic was said to be only available this year. So, as soon as production ends, and, like, there will be, again, a limited number of these things. So that's why...
Watch, then they'll announce the 64.
Well, yeah, that's kind of
And
the
people,
trend that they're likely going with.
if they make a 64 Classic and they do not have GoldenEye on it...
With regards to this and them only really releasing Star Fox 2 on it, as much as I would say probably will release it later, it would be a genius way to sell the console. Because if you just release it on this and don't release it anywhere else, then the people who are like, I really want to play Star Fox 2, I really want to play this game, they are definitely going to want to buy it because it's like, I can't get it anywhere else. So as much as I think they will probably release it at some point, I don't think they will. Because I think they might...
Like I said, it's Nintendo. I can see them going both ways, 50-50. Yeah. I can see them not releasing it, and I can see them releasing it eventually.
So, sticking with Nintendo, Super Mario Odyssey ditches the game over screen completely.
Define what you mean by game over.
So
when you run out of lives.
So
Well,
there's
so you just
no
have infinite
lives.
lives?
There's no lives, actually. What happens is that every time you die, you lose coins.
So it's like Sonic, you use strings. Oh, it's even Sonic has
So you have like a total amount of coins, and that kind of acts as your lives. So they showed this off at the gameplay demo at E3, and like they didn't explicitly say it, but like when the person who was playing it, who was also playing it very badly, might I say,
probably
like when they died, there was a total coin count that came up and
decreased by 10.
Decreased by 10.
Now, can you pick them up after? Or?
No, they're gone forever. But if you just pick up more coins,
do the coins respawn then? Because
okay, I assume coins respawn.
So I was thinking
very Dark Souls, isn't that?
Well, first of all,
So what happens if you run out of coins?
Yeah.
You have to buy the game again.
I'm pretty sure
That's what I want. I want Kojima to make a guy to finally realize his dream and like makes a game. And if you die in the game,
you die for real.
No, you don't die in real. You don't die in real. Like the game will.
You go broke in the game. You go broke for real.
You have to buy the game again.
Oh no, that
so scummy, so evil.
So
microtransactions.
So awesome.
Here's the thing. Everyone was kind of up in arms about this, saying, "What the fuck? This is becoming casual. Everything's becoming casual." Then I thought, doesn't GTA do the same thing?
Yeah, you lose money.
Yeah, you lose money in GTA, and it's just like a set amount. It's just.
I think it's because it's the fact a Mario game is doing it. That
it's ditching its long time.
If it was like any other franchise, people would be like, "It's weird, but okay." The fact
it's like
that
it's
Mario,
like if they added lives to Zelda.
I mean,
think about it. How would that change the game?
That would be more interesting, actually.
It'd be more interesting, but I can see people being frustrated because, like, if you're on like a tough dungeon, there could go all your lives just like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would be more interesting, and
that's what always happened in Mario games, and like sometimes you would have that one level that would just kick your ass.
And
I
you
wish
know
they
what?
did that in Donkey Kong.
You know what? This actually makes more sense for what Odyssey is because it is one that
Yeah.
puts a bit of focus on exploration.
Yeah. It's
So
a lot more
because
of an open world.
when I'm playing Mario, a lot of times I will just rip right through a level. I don't take the time to get out and get every single coin because
Or
it's
find
painful,
every
and then
secret.
I'm losing all my lives trying to get these coins. Whereas if I'm hunting everywhere high and low to find coins, then I'm also exploring the level more, which is what they want people to do in the first place.
And like this is definitely a bit of a harken back. Well, not entirely, but a bit more of a harken back to like Sunshine, in that there doesn't seem to be a time limit on these levels. You can like go. It's like going to Rico Harbor and like just exploring the place while you do the mission.
Yeah, I don't see much problem with it. In fact, it does make sense for what they're trying to make Super Mario Odyssey what it is. I think everyone's up in arms about it because it's the fact it's a Mario game and they're getting rid of like 2 mechanics that have been with it since the start.
I mean,
At times.
You know what? But
lives.
they're not getting rid of it forever. Like it's only going to be in
It's
this
just only
game
this game.
and the potential Odyssey 2 if this goes over well.
If this
But like
gets, like
It's Nintendo.
mainline-
If it does well, it will get it.
yeah, Mario World, Mario Land games, like the mainline games that are going to be coming
They'll
out
always have
until the
this.
heat death of the universe. They're going to have the same mechanics.
Mario 3 will always have lives. Oh.
It's good.
Yeah, he's good. So also sticking with Mario, in relation to the first Mario game, climate scientists warn that all Super Mario levels will be underwater by 2025. It's breaking news. There was a recent press conference coming out of Paris that top climate scientists released a new peer-reviewed research paper today, which is 350 pages, in which warns that all Super Mario stages will be underwater within the next 8 years.
And of course, they have to have Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio was there.
He was
He was not only talking about this, but he was also promoting his new documentary film, Before the Flood, with 2 Ds.
God,
Flood.
DiCaprio.
Flood.
You win an Oscar,
F.
and this is what you do.
You know, the flood thing on the back.
The fluted?
Win an Oscar, and this is what
From
you do.
Sunshine. The flood machine.
Oh, now I feel ya.
Yeah, there you go.
Win an Oscar, and this is what you do with it.
DiCaprio has a quote coming out of this saying, "Let me be clear. We need to get the word out. We need to get the word out about global warming now, before Super Mario World becomes Super Mario Sunshine." Passionately said to a thunderous applause.
I love how his face is just shocked and appalled.
So this is a joke article coming out.
I would hope so.
God damn it, I was hoping.
I would hope so.
I just saw this on Facebook. I'm like, okay, I need to talk about this. This is hilarious.
But that's great. Like I
like
can
this is like a
honestly see-
legit, like acting like it's a legit thing.
I can
But, like,
legit see this
listen,
happening.
listen.
That's
the
what got me
snow-
shocked because I'm like, this sounds like it's a joke, but you know what? Half of it sounds like it could be true. I could actually see like the 300
Listen, I want to
page
take
thing.
my kids to World 1-1 as I did years ago. So I want these snow levels to stay. I don't want them melting on me,
You know what?
taking away all of our
The
world.
world we live in.
Too bad this
today-
wasn't on video so people could actually see my face.
The world we live in today, and all that. I can honestly say, this could happen.
I could have.
This could actually be a legit article, because somewhere.
Goombas could go extinct because of this, guys. Their population's always been dwindling. But with this, their homes will now be filled with cheap cheeps and bloopers.
Chomp chomps.
No, they will be gone as well, because they can't swim.
Oh no, they can't. Oh no, they'll be
Chain
chained.
chomps cannot swim.
Oh god, the chain chomps.
Someone's gotta look out for these things. Look out for these poor innocent creatures.
Anyways, next legit topic.
This is a legit topic. Do you
It's-
not care?
It's an important issue, and you know what else is an important issue? Daniel Craig is reported to agree to play Bond again.
I thought we already knew this.
I don't know. This was
How
posted.
big is the dump truck full of money?
Oh, this was posted on the 9th. Oh wait, the 9th was only like 2 days ago.
Yep.
Yeah, but I thought we knew Daniel Craig was coming back like 2 years ago.
Well, like 2 years ago, he was like, I don't want to play Bond again.
Yeah, but then not that long after, we heard an article was like, yeah, I'll do Bond. They gave me enough money.
Well, I guess this is more or less just the confirmation.
Okay.
Or
I could have sworn I heard the confirmation like last
So-
year.
Or
Bond
maybe you're a
25.
psychic.
But I'd assume that this is Bond 25 will be his last.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if they had to give him a raise, like if what you said about the money stuff being true, if they had to give him a raise for him to come back, it will be his last film. Cause
So this is more
and
like
his first film was Casino Royale in 2006, so he's been doing it for more than a decade. That's
It's 10
more
years
than
of
a
Bond.
that's more than the usual Bond actor.
Like, who was the longest?
Connery was from 62 to 71. Lazenby was 1 year between that, so he's out. Moore was 70.
Was Moore the longest one?
70. No, I think 73 to 85. I think Moore might have been
Yeah.
the longest.
Because Brosnan only had like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Between 1996 and no, was it
2000.
1995? When
was
was
2003?
95 was GoldenEye. GoldenEye was 95 because the game was 97.
And Die Another Day was like 2004. I
Die
think.
Another Day was 2000.
2003, 2004?
2002
Oh,
was
wow.
Die Another Day.
That was his last one.
Roger
Yes.
Moore was probably the longest.
Yeah. So
And then
yeah,
the what's his face had the one shot.
Lazenby.
yeah, Laserby.
I already said him.
Oh yeah.
Dalton only had 2 between like 85, 80,
I almost forgot about Dolphin.
89, 87 and 89. I think I not good at math, but I do know my Bond films. I think Roger Moore is the longest by like a year or 2.
My mind always goes to Dalton for Bond, and I think it's just because the roles I associate him with are either that or the guy from the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Yeah.
Like Sean Connery has so many other roles I
Wait,
can picture
what?
him as.
Wait, what? Timothy Dalton?
Was a villain in the shitty like 90s Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Was he?
He
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
he had the time of his life. He chewed so much scenery.
That was
It
Jeremy
was-
Irons.
Oh shit, you're right.
That's
Then I don't know
Jeremy
anything.
Irons.
Then I don't know anything. Then
His
Timothy
whole-
Dalton I only know for James Bond.
Man, Tanner out here spreading lies. Oh,
But like
More age.
Yes, that's the guy I'm thinking about.
I'm like, you're either mixing up Dalton with Jeremy Irons, or he was the blue-lipped guy. Because I'm pretty sure Dalton was not in Dungeons and Dragons.
But yeah, so there is no like pen to paper stuff yet. This is more or less a verbal agreement, I assume.
Oh
Well, I'm
wait,
glad he's
Dalton was in Penny Dreadful. That's where I remember him from. And in Toy Story 3, he played Mr. Pricklepants, the hedgehog.
But I can see the verbal agreement. All right, you know how we said we pay you 2 dump trucks full of money for the last one? How about we pay you 10 for this one? And Craig was just,
I'll think about it.
yeah. No, it's just look. I doubt you can make
So-
it happen. And then they made it happen. He's like, all right, I'll do another
So
Bond
yeah, from
movie.
what it sounds like, he was hesitant at first. They offered him more money, and he says he'll come back. That's the sign that this will probably be the last one, though. I
Yeah,
don't, because
There's no way he would want
He-
to do like.
once an actor asks for a raise, it either stays that or they're done. Because like, I'm enjoying the role,
Normally actors don't get that raise.
but I think I
It
deserve
was
a little bit more
massive
for the
raise.
role.
Like,
But as a Bond himself, he's okay. He's not my favorite Bond. What I see him as is I see him as the novel Bond. Like when you read like the Bond novels that the movies are based on, like what Ian Fleming
yeah,
wrote.
he's close.
I can see him being Bond from the novels. Like when I associate James Bond, like you think of like the movies, like with all that stuff. I don't see him as that. I see him as like the novels, and that's fine because that's basically what everyone's trying to do. Like you're trying to play like James Bond, and each person has their own different variant of it. Daniel Craig's not my favorite. I feel he's okay. He's not the worst,
Yeah, there's.
but
plenty
he's
worse.
not my personal favorite. He's okay. If he's coming back for one last film, okay, that's fine. Let's give him one last time before we recast him, either reboot or go another couple movies in the series.
like
Which I don't know what they'll do in today's world. Back then it was easy. They just continue the series until they rebooted it in 2006. I don't know if they'll keep with that series or reboot it again in a few years or I don't see where. I can see them going either way.
I have two options about the theory of Bond lore. Because for so long, everyone just assumed that James Bond was a code name for the 007 agent.
I'd explain Moneypenny then, just the code name they give the secretary.
Sure. But then with the Bond thing,
M makes sense because M. There could be a different M every
exactly.
time. M is the thing. Like, if that's the case of what you're saying, it'd just be 007 that carries over.
But
and
anyways,
that
let me
is
finish.
what it is, not James Bond.
Let me finish though, because here's the thing: is that James Bond being like a title kind of gets iffy when you consider that in Skyfall they actually go to James Bond's old family home and it is the Bond estate. But my theory is that that Bond's like parents or the Bond family was involved with the creation of the 00 program at the beginning. No, you let me finish now. You don't get to interrupt either.
Because I have something that'll just
Okay.
get rid of
Just
that.
shush.
But okay.
Let him go.
My theory is that the Bond family has been involved with the creation of the 00 program with MI6. And so, like, the James Bond title has just been an homage to them throughout the years. And then probably not coincidence, probably the Judi Dench M found the Daniel Craig Bond, who's already named James Bond, and decided to induct him into the organization and basically train him throughout his life to be the next 007. And then going forward in this, we could even, let's say that this Daniel Craig Bond, he dies at the end of the next James Bond film. Then we could have that tradition continue, or if you want to go with the idea that the Daniel Craig Bonds are an official reboot, and none of the previous Bond films have any bearing on the continuity of the Craig Bonds, then Craig Bond's death at the end of the next film, which I'm assuming this could happen, if Craig Bond dies at the end of this film, then M would decide to carry on the legacy of him in the next 007.
Maybe that's why he decided to do another one. He's like, are you...
I'm gonna fucking die!
Do I die?
He's on Solo.
I die? Yes! I'll do it!
A few points. One, they have said that the Daniel Craigs are rebooted and started a new series. The only connection from the last one is Judi Dench coming back to play M. She's the only thing returning, and even then, it's a new series. They've confirmed that.
Okay.
Two, the films are not called James Bond. They're called whatever the case file, whatever book they're based on. They're called James Bond, Dr. No, James Bond from Russia of Love. They're just called that. So it's not a James Bond series, so you think about them being like the main character focus. Doesn't hold up, but that's not exactly my strongest evidence. Third, the actor changing kind of determines whichever one. James Bond is just like playing the character. Like, obviously they don't want to keep doing it like the actors of different stuff, so that's why they're changing it. But the other actors that have changed over the course of the original series, like M and Moneypenny the most, Q is basically the same for most, which was a good plus. They're like different people, except Moneypenny, who's just played by different actresses. And they said that those first 20 films are all in the same series. They even say that because in later Pierce Brosnan movies, they reference things that are happening in Sean Connery movies, so they're still in the same series. Third, oh no, wait, that was third. Fourth, if they do go the road of killing Bond, I wouldn't mind that. James Bond is one of my favorite film series. I'm usually like the odd man out. Like, say I'm into Bond films, people are like, those goofy things. Yeah, Bond films. Killing him off, that would be interesting because it would be something they've never done before, and it would give them a way to reboot the franchise again. Like, I really don't want them to.
Well,
but
if
doing
they
it
kill
would
him off,
allow them to, and it'd be something new that no one would see coming. Because James Bond, he's been going for like 50 plus years already in movie series. They're not going to do it. Maybe it's time they did like one final big adventure.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I take the opposite stance. If they killed off Daniel Craig's Bond, then they wouldn't have to reboot, because then they have a built-in explanation of why there's a different actor playing James Bond. You could say, oh, because James Bond, we're just going to carry on this. We're going to use it as a title from now on. This past 007 was so good at being 007.
Yes, but your point is they'd only introduce it in that film. That doesn't explain the other ones. You're saying,
but they don't have to explain the other ones because you just said they're completely rebooted.
Next topic, we can be about this for another hour.
That's true.
And then, because of changing faces, we'll
continue
somehow
on.
get into Doctor Who and all that stuff.
Well, yeah, James
No,
Bond is
guys,
obviously a Time
continue
Lord.
on. I have nothing to contribute to films.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Splatoon 2 gets Pearl and Marina artwork for Rock versus Pop Splatfest.
Rock
And
versus pop?
Yeah.
Oh, music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who I was like, who drinks rocks?
You
Wait, what?
know. So
Some art
Splatoon
thing
2
for a concert,
and
right?
their new idols, Pearl and Marina.
So is Pearl a clam?
Pearl's a squid?
Okay, because Marina's an octopus, isn't she?
I thought they were all
Yeah.
squids.
Marina is an octopus.
That's what I thought.
She's the best. She's the better
That's
one.
also what I thought.
Yeah. Because Pearl's a piece of shit.
Let Pearl say fuck.
Just let it happen.
She fucking stares daggers at you if you're like looking at them while they're doing their like talk shows stuff. Just like, what is wrong with you, child? Why are you like this? Who hurt you? Who hurt you?
You did. Oh.
I have entertainment news.
What kind of entertainment?
They've cast the new Warriors for the new Warriors TV show.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Wait, they're making a Warriors TV show?
The new Warriors.
The new Warriors.
The Squirrel Girl is the lead.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Warriors.
No, not the
Thankfully,
Warriors.
Anna Kendrick did not get the part.
Unfortunately, Shannon Purser didn't get the part either.
Oh.
That's
wouldn't
who I was
mind.
hoping
I just
for.
really didn't want to get Anna Kendrick to get it. She's so overrated.
I love Anna Kendrick, but I don't think she would have fit the part for
And-
Squirrel Girl.
She wouldn't fit the part. She campaigned. She just like talking about how like wanting to do it. And actually, you know what? I don't even think I should say that because I don't even think it was a quote. It just might
Okay.
in my mind interpreted a quote. So I better not say.
So,
but I
anyways-
really did not want her being in the MCU.
Anyway,
Who
so-
was count? Cass.
Okay,
Anna
so
Kendrick's overrated.
shh. Most of them are unknowns. So, Squirrel Girl is played by Milana Vaintrub.
Okay.
Who-
She looks like she fits the role.
I kind of see it.
I saw some people complaining about her being too skinny for the role, but I think they were literally just looking at headshots because I actually Googled her and she, like, I'm not saying she's plus size, but she is bigger than your average Hollywood actress, which is pretty
Don't
easy
let her
to
hear
do.
you say that.
No, that's a good thing. I think a lot of girls take that as a point of pride now.
Yeah.
But anyways, and she, yeah, this is probably a good photo too, demonstrating that she can also pull off the dorkiness. She doesn't have a lot of credits. Her latest thing was a recurring role in This Is Us. She also played the Ultimate Warrior in
Oh, okay.
Wrestling Isn't Wrestling.
Okay.
Then we've got, I guess the next biggest character would be Speedball, and he's played by Caleb Worthy, who you might know from the Disney kidcom Austin and Ally.
Let's see this.
This kid.
He looks
I
like a
can
mix
see
of
the
Rupert
rape.
Grint and
I
Ed Sheeran.
don't know. I don't know whether my hate should be on him or the character he played.
Probably the character he plays.
The thing is, I can't really separate them. Even when he was on Smallville as Lightning Lad, I'm like, it's him. I hate him.
Fuck.
I can't
Listen.
differentiate the two. I see them as the same, and I don't know whether
I'm
in the right
here's
or
the
wrong
thing,
for that.
I have lost track of the amount of Disney kidcom actors who've gotten fed up with being stuck in a Disney kidcom, and as
Well, you
soon
know
as
what?
their
They
contracts are up, they run off to the most mature thing they can.
Well, yeah, especially now with all them being crap, they don't have any gems like Wizards or Sweet Life that
Actually,
they used to have.
I've heard that Best Friends Whenever is actually pretty good.
Okay, that's 1 out of what? 10
Exactly.
shows that are crap.
But like for
In fact, they're all
example,
ending. All the crap shows are ending. They don't even last as long as the old
for
ones.
example,
Disney Channel, get your stuff back up. Get back to
here's
what
an
you
example
used to
though.
do.
One of the main guys who played a main character on Liv and Maddie, Ryan
Which
McCartan.
guy? I hated them all.
Ryan McCartan. He went on.
Glasses father,
I don't
short
think
guy.
so. Maybe he was Glasses.
Short brother,
There he
glasses, or
Ryan McCartan.
glasses.
He went on to play JD in the Heathers musical and then one of the characters in the Fox Rocky Horror Picture. So he took a running pirouette into the most mature things he could find. Anyways, we've also got
Yeah,
Night
because
Thrasher.
once you go mature, you can't work for Disney.
So
Night Thrasher, played by Jeremy Tardy, who, as far as I don't think he's had any big roles lately.
He's like Ray Fisher for Cyborg. He's a no one.
Oh no, he had a recurring role on Dear White People, which I haven't watched yet. For
Can't judge
Mr.
him 'cause
Immortal,
it's
Mr. Immortal, we have Derek Feller, who is going to be the Mr. Fan Service for the series, clearly.
not- Of course.
He has been on Baby Daddy for the past few years. Matthew Moy is going to be playing Microbe. And he... yeah, most people probably recognize him as the manager from Two Broke Girls.
Oh, now I'm upset.
Never saw that crap show, so...
Two Broke Girls? It was not a crap show. It was actually really good.
I heard it's one of the most hated shows on air at the moment.
Yeah, it is because it's getting
I doubt
dirty.
that. I doubt that because it aired...
I'm just saying what I see and
I'm just saying,
myself.
from a scientific perspective, it's hard for any show to be hated more than Big Bang Theory. So...
Yeah.
I can agree with you with that at the moment. I will
and
defend
then-
the first 3 seasons of Big Bang Theory. I will defend.
And yet
As soon as
everyone
Bernadette and
makes
Amy
$1
came into the
million
picture, and they started changing the formula, it started to suck, and now I can't even stand to watch it. I will always defend. I will always defend the first 3 seasons.
I can understand that.
For God's sake,
But
Jim,
like, I think the sticking point to Big Bang Theory was that one little clip on Tumblr where what's his face?
Howard is just naming referencing
shit.
things and naming things, and
it's
it's not even a
clever
joke.
anymore. They're just like, oh, let's hit all the fandoms.
Anyways, and then the last member of the team is Debris, played by who is it now? Kate Comer.
no idea.
No idea.
She just had bit parts, as far as I can tell, in other stuff. Yeah. She was credited for 2 episodes of The Fosters as playing a hippie, and I don't know if it's the same hippie or 2 different hippies played by the same person.
A lot of hippies.
I'd laugh if two hippies played with us.
So.
And we still don't know who the villain is going to be for New Warriors. Maybe it's just going to be Life.
So I'm still gonna be over here campaigning for a Warriors TV show.
As in
I could dig
movie
it.
Warriors.
I'm talking about those Warriors.
Okay.
I want that. Like that world is so odd and cool. I really want to see that world explored.
Yes, let's explore the world that causes a bunch of teenagers to become a bunch of face-paint baseball player gangsters.
Yes, I want this
Absolutely.
future.
So-
I want this future where my head gets crushed by a fucking baseball.
It's like New York on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
New York after a
Yeah.
Yankees game.
New York after
The Mets.
anything.
Actually, with Trump in power, that's just New York in general now.
Let's get off of politics.
Yeah.
New
That's
game,
one of the
new
agreements.
Kickstarter coming out from the developer of Ruby Grim Eclipse. The game is called Arbiter, and it seems like it's a Souls-like game.
How does it relate to Ruby?
No relation whatsoever.
There's shit. Actually, no. It looks cool.
It looks pretty neat.
It
It
looks
looks very
stylistic.
stylistic.
It's
Yeah,
very
it seems
stylistic.
like you'll be switching between like a light form and a dark form.
It looks like that one boss battle from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it looks very Kingdom Heartsy.
Yeah, I can see the
I-
comparison here.
I
Like, just
actually
look at
like
that.
it.
Just look at that.
That is
Little
very
bit.
Kingdom Hearts.
That is, actually,
Yeah.
Actually, I'll play the trailer and like I don't have the sound, but like, oh, there's a good old buzzword. The pre-alpha footage.
Not
By
pre
Jordan
pre access.
This looks
Yeah, but
very
50% of the time they say pre-alpha, and the finished game looks exactly like the pre-alpha.
like the term pre-alpha is kind of lost.
Is it going to be the earliest access?
the design is very Kingdom Heartsy.
But yeah, this does look like it's early. This looks very early in its development.
Yeah, it looks very Kingdom Hearts.
I'd say it needs to change its look a little.
Oh yeah, like this.
I actually don't
Graphically,
mind.
this is
But it's
not
kinda-
the most impressive.
Here's the thing.
looking
I
game.
actually enjoy these kind of graphics, like kind of low quality kind of stuff, because I don't care about graphics. I just want the game. Just refine the game, and I'll be set.
It would have to depend on the type of game for me. I usually like the
I
best
get it,
graphics.
depending on.
It's like the angels on the shoulder,
Yeah.
except with like
That's
fighting styles.
That's interesting.
Swaps
Don't
out
beat
the
up that boss. No, don't beat up that boss.
Wasn't that a thing with one of the Prince of Persia games?
I don't know. It might have been.
Sands
The
of, no, it's
darkness.
not Sands of
No,
Time.
not
It's
Sands
something
of
else.
Sands of Time is the
Tale
rewind
of Two
mechanic.
Princes or what?
Yeah.
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 That was actually a really good game.
Man, can we get the Prince of Persia games back?
No,
No.
They're doing
because the
Assassin's
last
Creed.
Prince of Persia game was not my favorite.
I didn't even think it was
The one
that
where you
bad,
fight in
but,
like the darkness or something.
And
I
then
actually, that's the only
Or
Prince of
Corruption.
Persia game that I actually played, and
I-
it was
Also, Assassin's Creed kind of.
Assassin's Creed
Totally.
is the spiritual successor. They have said that.
I'm just
That-
glad it's
that's
not a
still
retro indie pixel graphical throwback genre
Yeah,
like every
number-
other game on
Roguelike.
Kickstarter.
58.
roguelite, Souls-like.
Yeah, there's a lot of buzzwords and such. Yeah, that game looks neat. If you want, like, go support it.
And if you don't,
you forgot early access.
Early access.
Early access.
But
Early access pre-order bonus.
There's crafting
Exclusive.
elements.
survival
Survival.
and
Technically,
multiplayer.
all games are survival, though.
Microtransactions.
Depending on your definition of the word, even Tetris is a survival game.
Don't.
Holy shit! It is. Oh my god!
Speaking of limited edition Destiny 2 PS4 Pro bundle announced. It's due out alongside the game September 6th.
That is a mouthful.
Yeah.
Limited edition Destiny PS2.
For
PS.
four.
Is anyone even excited for Destiny 2?
No.
I know the first Destiny was way overhyped, and I'm not surprised that people
That
found it
game
disappointing.
launched poorly. I think it's a very poor game off its launch, but it got better
Once
as
the
its expansions.
DLC.
As soon as its expansions came
Yeah.
out.
You
then
see, it shouldn't have needed
improved.
expansions.
But
to
like,
fix
I'm not chomping at the bit for Destiny 2.
Yeah,
But this
I don't know
PS4
any-
though looks fucking dope.
Wait, let's actually see it.
Shiny.
And
Is it chrome?
It's white. It's a white PS4. I really like it.
It does look slick.
Because we got all
Well-
these fucking black consoles
Ryan-
and stuff, and it's like I like the contrast of a white console.
Ryan, I think
Wow.
we could just say this. You
Don't
have-
think of it like that.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
I see how it is, right?
I was going to say you have shit taste, but fuck. That's better. This is why we're
Console
friends,
will be
Ryan.
coming out $449 US, $549 Canadian.
Is it a 1 terabyte?
Let me look.
How many yottabytes?
The bundle will include a Glacier White PS4 Pro. With
Okay,
1 terabyte
listen.
hard drive.
Don't call it Glacier, because when I think Glacier, I think of the Glacier Game Boy Advance, where you could see all the things inside, because that color was.
Can we bring that back?
Bring that back
See
for
through
all
fucking consoles.
Give me
again?
Glacier Switch.
Glacier Switch.
My console isn't working. I can actually see the problem.
Hey, that's on fire. But yeah.
My
it
console is
will have
full
a
of
1 terabyte
centipedes.
hard drive, so
Oh.
yeah.
Do you know that?
And the open
they said
beta's
that,
out later this
speaking
month.
of
so.
centipedes, did you know that
For all you Destiny
PS4s
players, look
are
forward to that.
actually prone
And
to
I'm
like
actually gonna cut
have a
this
problem
one
where
because,
they have housed like what was it, cockroaches, because it's the perfect conditions for them.
Don't tell me that shit!
So yeah, so basically, PS4 they have been multiple reports of people saying, yeah, I found cockroaches living inside my PS4
Fuck.
and becoming like a nest for it because it's
Friend.
warm and the whole like the exhaust fan holes are big enough for a cockroach to get in and lay eggs.
Oh, tell me this shit!
So people said, yeah, do not leave your PS4 on the ground. Keep it up at least a foot above the ground.
Oh,
So
I'm
where
fine then.
normally
Mine's
where
not high
people
enough.
normally put their consoles.
Yeah.
No, mine's on a shelf that's lower to the ground.
Mine's in a cabinet.
Mine's on like that height of a shelf.
This height?
Mind you,
Mine's like
okay,
this height.
here's the thing. We keep our house pretty clean, too.
Yeah, so yeah.
Cockroaches don't come after them.
I've never seen a cockroach in my life.
Actually, yeah. I might have seen one, but
I've seen a few.
I lived with them in Korea.
Friend.
Friend.
Yeah, they were my only
next
friends.
topic.
That's kind of it. For
Oh, that is it.
So should we go into the weeb bullshit?
I mean, if you
What?
want to.
Hey,
Hit us with that anime shit.
hey, what anime are you looking forward to now during
None,
the
I
day?
don't watch anime.
I'm looking
I still
forward to
think
the
you
day
should
when...
watch at least like One Punch Man and My Hero Academia because that shit's rad.
One Punch!
Yeah, I saw...
If it has horror elements, then
No,
might be something.
no. So One Punch Man is a deconstruction of the superhero genre. It's like a deconstruction of Superman, if you think about it. And how like being the strong, like for this guy Saitama, being the strongest hero, like
doesn't matter that much to him.
No,
Like,
he's
bored about this.
to the
about
point where
this.
he's actually kind of saying, I'm just saving people just because I have nothing else to do.
And like the world itself and the Hero Association is really cool to see how like
How everything
superheroes
works.
become celebrities in a way. The higher up you are.
Plus the fight scenes.
The fight scenes are also really fucking good.
They are very well done.
And then My Hero Academia is the reconstruction of the superhero genre. And like take it as like the X-Men but in reverse. Where instead of the population like there's a little amount of X-Men, instead the majority is X-Men. Where most like 80% of the population has a superpower. Whether it be
Or
like
some deformity.
or some deformity in some way. Some people, let's say you're born, like, most people will be born with some sort of mundane quirk, like, I can make, like, the box over there float over to me.
Also, Ryan, I
Useful.
believe they said that it's 99% of the population.
No, it's not 99%.
Or it was something around
it's 90 to
99.999.
80% of the world has
So 80
a
to
superpower.
No, it was in the main character's generation. It says 99.9% because he's the 0.1%.
No, there's more people that I've been keeping up with the manga. I believe, if I remember correctly, it's like 90%, but there's the 10%.
I thought it was smaller than that.
No, it's still a larger population, but like there's billions of people with superpowers, while there's still like a ton of people who don't.
I'm just going to bring up the manga right now.
Imagine when the-
So the big
It's
thing
going to
is
show me.
with My Hero
Not
is
having
that
superpowers.
the main
I
character.
don't have to, because the main character starts out as someone without the powers.
Can I talk?
Sorry.
No!
So the main
Tell us,
character.
Ryan.
I'm gonna actually punch you. The main character is born without a quirk. So, but then he meets like literally the world's strongest hero and is given a quirk. It's passed down to him, and it's basically how.
Oh, spoilers.
Well, it's like the first 2 episodes of what is now like 25 episodes. But like it's, I think it's my favorite superhero. Anything I've seen. So I think you would dig both of those shows.
Also, the childhood friend is a piece of shit.
Yeah, the childhood friend. Well, he's not even a friend. He's just a piece of shit.
He's a piece of
Fuck
shit.
that
I don't
guy.
understand why people like him.
Fuck Bakugo.
I hope one day they make a Heathers anime.
Or at least a show.
Yeah. Well, they are making a TV show for TV Land.
Okay, good.
But Heathers works so well as an anime.
It would. But, was with...
Wait, no, I was just going to say what anime are you looking forward to?
Oh.
Like during this season. And has anyone looked at the list?
There was... I do have, like, a list I've been trying to keep up with, but the main show is still My Hero Academia. It's, like, still going for this
Okay.
season. And also, Welcome to the Ballroom. Which is, like,
Oh yeah, I need to
about
go on
ballroom
that.
dancing.
Ah.
Like, I remember, like, Lindsay was talking about, like, how she wanted, like, a ballroom dancing anime or something. Just a dancing anime. And, like, literally weeks later, fucking just, like, the production studio announces, hey, we're making this. It's like, oh, okay. Lindsay gets her wish. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, I need to look at the list again.
Yeah, I just need to look at the list and figure out what exactly.
The one anime that I'm looking forward to is called Centaur's Life, where
Oh yeah.
it's about monster
Japan
people.
and centaurs.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
about-
heard. I heard about this, and it's like super messed up, but non-traditional Japanese ways.
Yeah, it's so
How
fucking messed
is
up.
that not it though?
So here's the thing: if you actually read the manga, it's like okay, yeah, sure. But if you actually pay attention, you say, "Wait, what the fuck?" Because in the manga, it explains that it's like modern human world, but it's just taken over by monster people. Okay, but they say that like year 1800 or 1800s, I should say. That's when monster people started appearing, and there was humans. 20th century, no
No
more
humans.
No humans.
We've gone.
And they
extinct.
never talk about it. It's a fucking thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
And it's like, the thing is like 50% world building, trying to explain
Yeah.
how all these monsters coexist, and a lot of the stuff is really clever, but then some of the stuff is like, oh, this kind of sounds like eugenics.
It's so fucking weird. It's just like, I don't know if I should. I'm not going to spoiler territory, but there's one chapter where it's just like a kind of like a spin-off, like a side story, where they're talking about story in America, and they're explaining
In
aliens.
America.
And they're explaining aliens in America. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm just excited. Like, I'm just like wanting to know how they take this messed up storytelling that I really enjoy and just transfer it to anime version. It's just
It sounds like a dancing bear of a show
oh,
that I just have to see.
Yeah.
To see how they do it. It's a mad world
If there's
in
one
there.
thing, if there's one manga I want to see get adapted, it's a zombie manga called I Am a Hero.
oh fuck!
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I am a hero. Fuck.
I Am a Hero is so good.
I could like it's so good that I cannot read it. Like it's like no, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
Another one I should recommend if you like I Am a Hero. Good night, Pun Pun. I've already said this multiple
Yeah,
times.
yeah. I was thinking about reading Goodnight.
Good night, fucking Pun Pun. Fuck.
Yeah. But yeah, anime.
Anyway, so Tanner, you are also a local.
You are a connoisseur.
I'm really not.
Not that much.
I was just before I went to bed after watching iZombie last night. I did a quick browse over the new stuff. Saw My Hero Academia had been added, or no, not that one. The which one?
Oh, Little Witch Academia.
Yeah, I saw that had been added, so I stuck that on my list, and then I went to bed. And I probably won't see it for another 3 years, because that's how I roll on Netflix.
Yeah. That show is pretty good though. Takes our whole show to figure out how to fly. Fly on a broom. But other than that,
Fuck.
anyone got any games they're looking forward to? Because we talked about what games we liked at the start of this podcast. What games are you looking forward to in the coming year?
I think I
Next
have
year
some, but I
even.
forgot.
Oh shit! There was this.
Oh, Pokemon MK Ultra.
God, that's my favorite.
There was this new game that came out
Yeah.
recently
Yeah.
called Demon Peak, and
What's that about?
it's like 2D Metroidvania thing, and it looks pretty good. So far everyone's like having good reviews about it, and it's only $5.50
Hey, that's pretty good.
On what?
on Steam.
Just on
And
Steam?
right now there's a sale for 20% off. And it just got released and no one heard about this. It looks exactly like kind of like Dead Cell.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, God fucking damn it, all these games.
Is it also a roguelike? Or is it more
It's like a Metroidvania. Just
Metroidvania?
I believe so from what I've seen. The
Okay.
traditional Metroidvania.
If it's Metroidvania, I might be interested.
And any games down
But
the
what,
pipeline you're
like,
looking forward
what
to?
else is going on with it? Like Demon's Peak, is that like referring to like a volcano top or something?
Or is
Oh,
it
no.
just the title?
It's just the title is called Demon
I
Peak.
assume you're slaying demons.
Yep.
Oh,
And
then.
I think you're like a demon possessed human or something like
Yeah,
that.
no,
Slaying
off my
demons.
radar. Just off my radar.
Slaying demons and gaining their powers or some stuff like that, of course.
Actually sounds kind of
Sounds
interesting.
neat. Any games you're looking forward to coming down the pipeline?
Like that's releasing? No.
No, like down the road, like even next year.
next year.
Oh, next year. That's easy.
Next year. I'm still waiting for Dead Cell to come out fully so I can buy it and play it and
Looking forward to the new
Love it and hate
Saren Kagura.
fuck yeah! Got all of their games.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I read the manga.
it's not.
It's bad.
It's not our jam.
It's so bad.
It's not great.
Fucking hell.
Austin.
Well, I'm just like a gamer in general, so I'm like looking forward to like a bunch of stuff coming out. I don't really have like a big favorite. Ask me last year, I would say Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
But basically games in general. Like unlike my brothers who have like certain games they'll play and ones that they won't even like dare touch, even if they say like, oh, these are good stuff. like good games and stuff they won't touch. I'm more like open-minded. Like I'll play basically almost anything, with the exception of sports games, which really shouldn't be video games in
they're
general.
the same.
Their mechanics are
I'm looking forward to Last of Us Part 2, the new God of War. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm a little on edge because it's missing one of the elements that make me like the franchise to begin with, the Greek mythology. Like, I love Greek mythology.
I mean, Kratos killed everything.
You can't have Greek mythology if Greek mythology is dead.
I know, but
I hope they go full throttle into the Norse mythology. I want Kratos to become pregnant with a horse.
what I'm saying is, like, I love Greek mythology.
I want him to piss bad poetry.
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't know if I want to. I think I just want to make a statement saying this is what happens when you interrupt someone. Many times today. This episode has been disjointed. We've been off focus and interrupting each other a lot this episode.
Listen, that's my entire life, so...
Oh, no, it isn't. Just half the
Anyways, without the Greek mythology, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it as much. Like, I'm obviously going to give it a chance, but I don't know how it's going to go, because I like God of War, but am I still going to enjoy it without the Greek mythology stuff? Because that's one of the main things I liked. That's one of the main things I liked about it. Like, I know they can't keep doing it, especially since they've practically killed everything in the Greek mythology, but does that really mean they should continue the franchise? Like, I'm interested in the way they're going. I'm just not so sure I'm gonna like the way they're going. Like, I'm worried I'll play the game and I'm just like, yeah, this isn't really working for me.
I just wonder when this will take place in the Norse mythology timeline. Is it before or after Thor got a giant rock wedged in his head that stayed there until Ragnarok?
The fact is the mixing gods. Greek gods and Norse gods are the same thing. Usually they're all just separate. You believe in one or the other, but this one is saying they're there. Greek gods all gone. Now Norse is coming in. I'm like, okay, they're gonna explain.
You got Greece in my Norse myths. You got Norse in my Greece myths.
And if they were going to do a different way, I'd rather them gone Egyptian gods before Norse gods. I'm interested, but...
It would make sense geographically.
Mom.
Yeah, that too.
Speaking of God of War, I just want to say that they're on PSN, like the PlayStation Store. If you really have to buy, like if you want to get the God of War games, I believe they're on sale for like $3. Like right now for the mid-year sale, yeah.
If it didn't end today, I have to check the store when I get back when this thing's over because they would have switched the new deals and stuff.
For me, I feel like the reason they went really heavy on like from Greek mythology to Norse mythology is they went to the next mythology that are very battle driven. Like if you look at Norse mythology, very strong, very aggressive people in it, such as Thor.
And the world itself is a pretty...
Well, that's the other thing with God of War. They're also changing the gameplay. It's not really a hack and slash anymore. It's third-person battle thing.
Yeah.
So on the one hand, I get where you're coming from. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure Horus has to fight a giant snake daily, or else the sun is eaten.
Well, yeah, like you're going
He could have
from
been
one
climbing on the snake during the battle.
conflict-driven mythology to another conflict-driven mythology. So it is Kratos just a god of conflict?
Yes. Oh, how about this? When Kratos goes
I'm still wondering how he survived God of War 3.
When Kratos goes to Egyptian mythology, completely changed the game to like a Pokemon type game, but instead of Pokemon, you're looking for pieces of Osiris, and then the final battle is you have to find his dick.
Yeah.
Which is the piece canonically. What? Yeah. Do you not know the myth of Osiris?
Yeah, I know about it, but it's like I'm just listening to like the end piece is like you have to find the dick.
Because for the longest time, his wife couldn't find his dick piece, and so then she had to go like on this whole adventure to find it, and it was like buried underneath a tree and like guarded by a dragon or a cow or maybe both. When she finally found it, she decided she wasn't going to give it back to him. She was going to hold on to it for safekeeping. And so then they only bang when she needs to.
Safe.
So speaking of dick pieces, what are games you're looking forward to, Tanner?
Other than dick pieces.
I mentioned Pokemon. I don't know, basically all the Nintendo stuff that came out. The Horizon expansion. I think there was a new Digimon game that came out at the beginning of this year, but I'm not going to get it until I finish Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah. Other than that,
This is pretty much it.
Boy.
Oh wait, and Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator.
Yeah, we've been meaning to talk about that.
We've been meaning to talk about that, but we haven't yet.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, we're at the tail end now, so maybe next time.
The one would definitely be the new God of War game. I don't like. I play God of War games for the violence, and the trailers show the violence.
When you two are done, I remembered one that I'm looking forward to the most when you two are done.
Yeah.
So.
But other than that, the more I see about the new Spider-Man game, the more I'm kind of interested, and the more I'm like, all right, I'm actually gonna pick this up.
I have
Besides
something
that,
to say about that too. I'll wait till you're done.
but besides that, the Friday the 13th game, that Jason game, like, I don't usually play survival horror games, but I've watched a lot
It's
of
multiplayer though.
Yeah,
It makes a whole other thing.
Campaign's coming out in a little while.
like I've watched gameplay. I've watched how they make it. I've watched how they simulate the death scenes. Some of the death scenes, like they have the
Okay.
guy actually doing it, and it's like, this looks really good.
I heard that it's unbalanced that shit.
I hate you.
Well, yeah, whoever's
Yeah.
Jason's gonna have the time of their life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Other than that, no, not really.
You know, I'll let you get your stuff out of the way. Go.
Okay, I am looking forward to the Spider-Man game because it looks like it's going to be Marvel's
Heavily
answer to Batman's Arkham.
Heavily Arkham.
I was really looking forward to it until the end credit scene at E3 and they showed Miles and I'm like, crap, he's in the game.
You need to get over the Miles hate.
Listen, he's not that bad.
If he's just
Miles
in there for a
is
cameo
fine.
saying, oh look, he's here, that'd be fine. But the fact is, they showed him at the end of the trailer, so I'm like, oh no, how much is he going to be in this game? Until I have an answer on that, I'm going to be hesitant. If they say he's just there to say, oh, he's there, he's not going to be a main part of the game, I'll be looking forward to it. If he is a main part of the game, you know what, I don't really know if I'm going to buy it or not. But a game I am looking forward to, we know it's coming, we haven't heard anything, we haven't really seen anything yet, but I assume maybe next year release, the Resident Evil 2 remake. I love how they did the
RE2.
Resident Evil remake for 2002 was amazing. I am hope they base off the success of that and what they're doing with Resident Evil 2, but regardless, Resident Evil 2 remake will be great. And I hope the reason it's taken a long time is because they're also doing Nemesis with it. And then we could just have the entire main Resident Evil series on like PlayStation 4. They added Code Veronica, and Revelations is going to get a port later this year. If they do
And we also got RE0, so.
they already did 0. If we get a 3 remake with 2, the entire series will be on PlayStation 4.
That'd be neat.
Especially since the only way you can play 2 and 3 is if you have a PlayStation and you can go to the store. Unless you want to go and like get the old ones, like get a GameCube or whatever ports they had in the early days. I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil 2 remake when it does come. But we don't know when it's coming. I hope next year. But
I'm hoping either later this year, maybe we'll hear something.
I'm
at
thinking
PSX,
next year because then it
but
would be the 20th.
I think it'll be likely next year.
I'm thinking it's going to be next year because then it would be the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So
If it doesn't come out next year, I'm going to be really disappointed. I think it'll be next year because it was announced in 2015. They've had enough time to work on it. They haven't like shown stuff, but next year is the prime time for it to be released. It'll be the 20th anniversary.
yeah, I'm thinking we'll hear something at PSX from Capcom.
Yeah, you know what? At Gamescom or PlayStation
Gamescom.
Experience, whatever's coming up, we might even get a little snippet.
But okay. So
The only thing is, original Claire voice actress won't be back because she's part of the SAG strike.
Yeah. So the games I'm looking forward to, and these 2 games were delayed till next year.
Red Dead.
Oh.
I was about to say that. Alright, you can take that.
Wow!
Yeah, I'm really looking
Oh,
forward
well, you
to
make
Red
it
Dead 2.
predictable like that.
Oh yeah.
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm just saying the audience's thoughts.
Well, let me say it though.
Alright, that helps.
It's my
I'll make a
thing.
note of that for future.
This is my thing. But yeah, looking really forward to Red Dead Redemption 2. I want to see more. Rockstar, please give me more. Give me more Red Dead.
All of it.
I need like more screenshots, gameplay videos. Give me more trailers. Give me character trailers.
Give me more people
everything
riding
I need
into.
on that shit.
Give me more people
Tell me who's the
riding
main
into
character.
the
Is it John?
sunrise. Give me
Are we
more.
playing young John Marston? Are we playing as his son? What are we doing? Please tell me. But
For
yeah,
God's sakes.
looking really forward to Red Dead Redemption 2 because that was what I was going to consider game of the year. Like that was kind of the trump card.
It most likely
this
will
year.
be the game of the year.
But yeah, if it's next year, then that's
Well,
like
it's not
leading
competing against
contender.
Zelda, so it probably will be.
It's
If
not
it came
gonna
out this year, it would be like Red
It
Dead
gives
and
me.
Zelda.
Thank God Rockstar does their delays because it gives me something to look forward to next year. The other game I'm looking forward to is Ace Combat 7 because I'm a fucking huge Ace Combat fan. I need my flight sims, and the fact that we're
Hey,
not
you
only
tried
doing
Top
that.
Gun on the E NES?
Shut your mouth. The fact that not only are we ditching like the real world shit that they tried with Assault Horizon and stuff, we're going back to the Strange Real, which is the Ace Combat's like own world that they have, and like I think we're playing as Euresia and we're fighting against OC, so it's basically Russia versus the U.S. and we're playing as Russia, which
You think
that is
Russia
cool.
is tired of us making them the villains?
Yeah, we get to play as the good guys.
You know what?
Maybe
Those
they
things
should
were
stop
peeled
being
You know what would be
villains.
interesting? Do you know what would be interesting? Call of Duty release here would remain the same. When the game's released in Russia, it's flipped
Mercs.
sides. Like it's
Yeah.
the same story, but the sides just switched.
Yeah, that would be neat.
And you just leave.
Instead of Captain Price, it's Captain Nico.
That's what I'm saying.
Captain
Imagine if
Bostanovich. But yeah, looking really forward to playing.
you know, like
Also, that game being in VR, that
Oh, it's
that
VR?
could sell in VR. Like it has VR off. You can play in VR. You can play without VR. But I think
yeah,
a flight sim in VR is exactly what you need.
That would push me to buy virtual reality.
I just want to say one thing in VR. Like they're making a bunch of VR games. I'm a little worried about that though because VRs are expensive.
Yeah,
like they're like
it's as
eight,
much as a console.
more
even
even
more.
at times, like 800. And I'm like,
Like,
okay,
I'm
but a
talking
VR
PSVR
is a
for a
cool.
PlayStation. It's about as much as the console.
It's a cool add-on, but keep in mind, in order to play the VR game, you need the VR and the console.
Well, yeah.
So some people will have the console already, but they might not have enough or could afford a VR. And they're like making all these games. Like some of them are playable without VR, like Resident Evil 7. You can play normal, or if you want to, you can play on VR. That's fine. But they're like making all these games that are only VR. How do they expect to like make a lot of money? Because not a lot of people have VR.
It's a growing industry.
Yeah, but
And
I'm
you
saying
need to-
it's a
you
growing
need to
industry.
support
I just
it.
don't.
You need to give people.
I just
reasons
don't
to
want
buy
it. I just don't want it to grow like too much, and like they
Well, yeah,
have like
I-
too
like-
many games that no one is playing because no one can afford the thing needed to play them.
Well, yeah, like VR right now in its infancy, because this is what it is. It's the infancy of it. This is the point where they're trying to figure out what works and how to optimize these games right so it doesn't mess with you and makes you sick playing them, and like they're getting there and also getting the technology to the point where it can be cheaply made and sold cheaply, but it's not cheap in the fact that it feels right. It should feel like a good experience every time you strap that stuff onto your face.
It should feel like you're in, like, if you're playing Skyrim VR, it should feel
Yeah,
like
it
you're
should
in
feel like
Skyrim.
you're in Skyrim. Until you die, and then it gets weird. Your body just falls.
Oh,
Oh
But,
god, I'm
yeah.
standing but I'm falling. Oh god.
PT in VR.
Yeah, but there is one other game that I'm looking forward to. That
other game, Ryan?
Well, the other game that I don't even think is coming out next year. I think we'll see trailers about it next year. That's Death Stranding.
Yes,
What the fuck is that game gonna be?
I'm looking forward to it, but since we know nothing about it yet, the
Yeah.
only excitement I
It's
have
only
for it,
speculation.
Hideo Kojima. That's the only excitement I have for it because I like Metal Gear. He's doing this. Okay, you have my interest,
like
but
who's
we know
attached to
little
it.
to nothing about it. So until I know more, I can't really say. I'm really excited for this game.
I'm liking who's attached to it with like
Yeah,
Mads
I-
Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro.
I'm interested in it, but the fact is, and even at this E3, we saw nothing. We don't
yeah.
know much about it.
I think next year we'll maybe see gameplay.
I think he even said it'll be a 2019 game.
Yeah, I think it will be either 2019, maybe even 2020.
But yeah, that game is well.
I just hope he actually has the
down
chance to
line.
finish it this time.
No one knows what that game's gonna be.
Speaking of games that are like well down the line, I just remembered one last game that I'm like it's over the top excited for, but I know I'm not gonna get to play it until like 2049 or something.
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Like I've been so excited.
Final
and,
Fantasy VII Remake 2.
Yeah.
We'll never see those games.
Like it
I
gets
don't
so
know.
close, and then something happens, and it's like, oh no, after
Actually,
next year.
Final
Oh, no,
Fantasy
that's next
VII,
year.
hold off until Gamescom. If they show nothing at Gamescom, then you can say it's never coming.
yeah.
If they
I
show
think,
something
if
at
anything,
Gamescom this year,
we'll see
then-
it next year. We'll see stuff about it next year. Probably a release next year of Episode 1.
Just give me Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all I want.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3.
I've done my waiting.
But hey,
We got another
First
trailer at
one,
E3.
we gotta get Kingdom Hearts 2.95 out of the way.
Don't you fucking dare.
2.99.5.
Don't do this to me.
Once I have a release date for Kingdom Hearts
Kingdom
3,
Hearts 3, the pre-sequel.
Austin, they're just going to release Kingdom Hearts 5.
Kingdom Hearts,
Fine, release a new game though. Don't
Kingdom
release-
Hearts 9.5 2 HD.
FF.
TurboGrafx Remix Ultra.
No! You've driven him to suicide.
Kingdom Hearts 3 has been delayed too long. We're changing it to Kingdom Hearts 14.
And of course, whenever it decides to come Half-Life 3.
Yeah. That's never happened.
Never happening.
Speaking of things
Especially
never
since,
happening,
especially since
This
all the
podcast.
people at
This
Valve
podcast.
who worked
Never
on
again.
Half-Life
Never
are
again.
gone.
well, we reached the point of return.
Okay, guys, good stalling.
Good stalling.
We have no news.
No more
We have
news.
nothing.
We have nothing. We are dead.
I'm
Goodbye, everybody.
We are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
No, we're all hollowed.
Oh god,
Oh,
this is the
no.
afterlife.
Yeah.
Doing a podcast to you guys every
Yeah.
week.
We're tombmates.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have
Like,
been way-
I'm
Could be
constantly
enough
on fire.
Wait, let's see.
It could have been a whole lot worse.
Damn it.
Not
Still
yet.
solid.
I'd like to thank
Anyways.
you all for listening to the podcast today. We will catch you later. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to ask us on the superfunpodcast.tumblr.com. That's superfunpodcast@.tumblr.com.
Can I suggest a question?